I'm a USMC veteran. When I came back from Iraq, I couldn't find myself. So unfortunately, PTSD got a hold of me, and I tried to commit suicide twice. So they put me in a veterans program, and just working through all the veterans that came back, I thought I had a grip on it, and I didn't. So, you know, I started drinking, self-medicating myself, ended up in trouble, and I went to prison. It happens that in 2015, I made a rope and I hanged myself in the cell. And while I was hanging, it broke and I dropped on my knees. And it was like the room lit up, and I heard a voice that said, "Get up, son, I'm not done with you." After that, got up, went about my business, started going to church. I had a 25-year sentence. I had put in some paperwork, and my first paperwork came back, and they reduced me to 17 and a half years. And I was like, wow, you know, I could feel him. I could see him working, because I had changed everything. I started going to a church, started, you know, working out, I started getting a job. I started just changing my whole life. And then I got to a spot where I really knew God existed. I said, "You're alive," and I prayed every night, and I just got into the rhythm of it. Went to church, and you know, I believed in Him. A month later, I was immediate release from federal prison. Well, I met Charlie at the airport in Riley. It was just a placement by God. That I always say that, because fortunately I was released from federal prison, and I was there, and I had spent 10 years and 7 months behind bars. So I was kind of scared, you know. I didn't have nothing. I just had a little bag.
Yeah, our flight had been delayed, and so there was some concern about that. And I saw this guy over talking to a gate agent, and he would talk to another gate agent, and was kind of troubled. And I thought, well, he's trying to figure out a way that we can get this flight underway. I don't know. I said, I got to go talk to this guy, see what's going on.
And we start talking, and he asked me if I was there on business or visiting relatives, and I don't remember what I told Charlie. I think I was just visiting. So we started talking more, and he started telling me, you know, he was going back to Midland about a church and everything. And
then he kind of tells me more of his story, because I'm like, yeah, we're all ready to get home. Let's, you know, what can we do? And he was like, I need to get home. I've got to call my probation officer at a certain time, or I'm going to be in trouble. And then he tells me he just got out of prison and so forth. And
after that, Charlie just started talking to me. He's all like, that doesn't matter to me. He started telling me about church. If I had gotten baptized, I said no. Where was I spiritual wise?
We began to talk about Crestview, and you know, our fellowship here and our people here, and how we would love to have him come here. If this is really your next steps, then that's what we need for you to do.
When I met Charlie, man, it was like, wow, is this how brothers in Christ treat each other? Is this how Christians or Baptists or people that believe in Christ, is this how they accept you for, you know, whatever? And that was a seed that was planted in my head, and I was like, man, I want that life. I want that. You might think that there's nothing that you've done can be forgiven, or that what are people gonna think, or should I make that step? First of all, if you're thinking about making that step, you're in the right direction. You're definitely in the right direction. I've been through it. I've been through a lot in my life. I've been through the worst. But if there's something that's holding you back, and you need somebody that has actually been through a harder life than you, ask people. People listen. That's what we're here. That's what this is for. We're brothers and sisters. And I ask you to if you're thinking about it, go ahead and do it because it's the right choice.